Now that the truck is ready to use, I'm ready to use it. And one of the things I've been putting off for a while is getting rid of a bunch of plant waste that's accumulated here. We're heading into our really dry fire season here in Northern California, and so we got to keep this stuff away from the house. And yeah, so I need to take a bunch of stuff to the dump. Most of the plant waste that we have is the leaves, or whatever you call them, that fall off of redwood trees that are around here. And I could, just kind of shovel them up into the back of the truck, but I've been having some problems with my my right shoulder, and I'm thinking about trying to use the loader on my tractor to load the stuff into the back of the truck. I haven't tried using the loader for that yet, so it should be interesting. Might kind of be overkill for this, but if I can avoid lifting a lot of stuff up with a shovel, I think that would be good. I'm still gonna have to unload it all at the dump, but that should be easier, I think, than lifting it up into the bed of the truck. So I need to kind of figure out where to park the truck to make it easier to load with the tractor. In the center of our circular driveway, we have these really nice redwood trees. And we've kind of been piling up all the stuff that falls off of these trees around here at the base, and so that's a couple feet thick of accumulated stuff that needs to go to the dump. Hey, you can see it's a lot of these I don't know if these are considered to be leaves, but this stuff and sticks and some leaves from California bay trees that are around here. So I don't know. I'm not sure how heavy this is, but there's quite a bit of it, and I think if I tried to shovel all this, my shoulder wouldn't be so happy. With the fires that we had the past couple of years up here, we're in Northern California, kind of near Santa Rosa. It's about an hour north of San Francisco. We've had some really bad fires, but we've been conscious about what's around our house here, and so we have this large circular driveway that's gravel. In the center of it, we've got these redwood trees, and then right in front of the house, when we moved in, there were a lot of like bushes and weeds and plants and stuff in these kind of front garden areas. So we got rid of that stuff, and Jenny put in succulents, which are low to the ground, and they're not as flammable as some other kind of just normal plants. Yeah, so you can see it's sort of sparse, and succulents they have a lot of water in them, so they're not it's not like having a bunch of dry grass or something right next to the house. So I feel like this is pretty good. One thing I need to do is get this firewood away from the front of the house. I'm going to be building a woodshed soon, and I can accumulate more wood, and this this quantity that we have right here, I'm going to move away from the house for the summer, and then we can move it back over here in the winter when we're using it. Here we have a pipe with a valve on it and then in this trash can is fire hose. This pipe is attached to a tank that's over behind the house, over in that direction, and it's sort of a local water supply if we need it. We've got our little kale garden right here. Kale is doing really well, but yeah, I'd like to grow some more vegetables, but we just haven't had a chance to kind of pursue that. So I'm thinking if I pull the truck right here, I'm going to be loading from over here. I want to be able to get to both sides of the bed of the truck, and I think I could do that. But yeah, just gotta try it out. Okay, got the truck over here. Not sure how this is gonna work in terms of maneuvering the tractor. It seems a little tight on the sides, like over there and over here, but yep, just gotta try it out. This is going really well so far. It felt a little ridiculous at first using the tractor to lift up this tree stuff, but there's a layer on the top that's pretty light and dried out, and that I can lift really easily just with a pitchfork. The stuff that's down below is a lot heavier, and I feel like I would be doing a number on my shoulder if I was trying to lift a lot of that stuff over and over. So yeah, so it's great to have the tractor for loading. A couple things that I noticed while I was loading. I am glad I did not make these sides any higher than they are. The tractor loader, I mean, this is basically like the perfect height right here. If they were any taller, I would have problems getting up over them with the loader, I think. The loader itself is able to there's some clearance under there, but then, you know, for dumping it's a little yeah, it's a little challenging. So that worked out well. I'm glad I went with this thick 2x wood for the sides. I didn't really hit it with the loader, but I could imagine that if I did, this is going to be a lot more resistant to braking than if I use some thinner wood. Just generally for loading, it was, I thought I was going to be able to load from both sides and then from the back. That didn't really work. Trying to load from the side at an angle, it would just, yeah, that didn't work. I couldn't get the front of the tractor close enough to get the whole loader bucket into the back of the truck. So what I ended up doing was coming from the back and then manually just kind of pushing the load forward as I added more and more. That worked fine. I did kind of mess up my shoulder a little bit, which was not pleasant while I was pushing that stuff. But other than that, that worked fine. There were a few things I kind of started to figure out as I was doing this that I'm sure are totally obvious to anyone who does this kind of thing for a living. But, this is really like my first time using the loader as a loader. It was a lot easier for me to maneuver the tractor in a way that I could just go back and then forth, back and front to the truck, instead of having to be turning a lot all over the place. And yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, basically the less turning you have to do, the easier it is. The other thing I was doing was I would bring the bucket in like this, like with the bottom of it level with the ground, and try to dig up as much as I could as I was moving forward with the tractor. That just because of the way this stuff is laid out here, that it's kind of up on this island. Couldn't really dig into it that well, but pull forward and then scrape this plant material into it, and then angle the bucket up a little bit, and then I could pile some more on there using my rake and fork. That way I could get it really full. Another observation is just the utility of this flatbed. It's really holding a lot of material, and it's just awesome. I mean, it's so easy to get stuff in there. So I think that this is going to be very, very handy to have access to the whole, side of it, and I can just chuck stuff on there easily. And this is mostly like in comparison to my other truck. This is my other truck, Toyota Tacoma, and it has this cap on the back, which has been great because I can just shove stuff in there and just keep cramming it in until it's just like completely full. But then it's hard to get things out, and it can be hard to load also because everything has to come in from the back. It's really nice to have the flatbed available for carrying this kind of load. This thing is pretty full. Could probably squeeze a little bit more in, but I'm gonna have to make another trip. I know, so I'm not gonna overdo it. Got to get a tarp over this. Then in the back seat, I got a small tarp to put over the seat and the floor, and I just really crammed this full of cardboard recycling and then just a little bit of trash. We don't generate a whole lot of trash here, so just a few bags. So I'm pretty pleased with how this is working out. Got a tarp on there. Not the best, but don't have far to go to the dump, thankfully. It's pretty close to our house.